Okay. All right. How's everyone doing? Welcome back to the show. Hope you all had a good day and uh, whatever you betted on. I did a video earlier about preseason basketball. So I did 2 lineups on DraftKings, 2 lineups on Fanduel. Only cashed in 1 lineup on Fanduel. So, but that's neither here nor there. What I want to get into today, I promised I would do my NFL prop bet video, showing you guys what I like to bet on, and on Sportsbook. I bet on DraftKings and FanDuel and a couple other sites as well. So my favorite bets are player prop bets. I like to bet on touchdown scored. I like to bet on. First of all, I'll show you guys. So I'm gonna start because I don't want to make this video too long. I want to get it out. I had a couple people asking me when I'm gonna do it, inboxing me. So yeah, only reason I do it on Saturday nights is because that's when FanDuel seems to put out the props. So I have to just wait. I have to wait. We have to wait. And us as DFS players, this kind of life fits right in our category, our style of play and stuff like that. At least I feel that way. And then I go and try to find some good ones, some ones that's pretty doable, and they can be beat. They can be beat. These sports books can be beat this way. That's why I think they wait all the way to Saturday night to finalize to add these player props, because I think they know they can be beat on them, and they don't want to give us enough time to research those prop bets. So I'm gonna start off right here. What I do is I go to click more, and I just go down. I just go to all. Then I start there. Now, like I said, I'm gonna touch on the ones that I like the most, and I rarely bet on passing yards. Sometimes I do rushing yards. Sometimes I do receiving yards. Sometimes I do, but what my process, I immediately I'll stop here at the 2 touchdown area, in the 2 touchdown area, and I'll take a look just to see if I can see someone that can probably score 2 touchdowns. Now, keep in mind, when you bet these player props, if you want to parlay them, you can only parlay, you can only pick 1 prop per game. So keep that in mind. If you do parlay them, I wouldn't suggest to parlay a whole bunch of them, like 2 or 3, maybe even 4, So here we go. Moving on down here. Like I said, my favorite props to bet are let me see, I'm gonna get to it right here. And it would be, I like both teams to score. I like this prop bet. Both teams to score 1 touchdown in each half. I like that prop bet. For this game, I don't know. It's kind of iffy. That's one of my favorites. Passing TDs. Those are one of my favorites. You got Kyler Murray over under 120 over under 1.5. And you got probably 1.5. Yeah, 1.5 for Daniel Jones as well. Receiving yards, I rarely bet on that. And then another one of my favorite is total receptions. I really like total receptions. So they got Edmonds set at 2.5, Hopkins at 5.5 over under, Kirk at 3.5 over under, Fitzgerald at 2.5 over under. They have Sterling Shepard set at 4.5, Golden Tate 2.5, Darius Slayton 2.5, Evan Ingram 3.5. Then they have longest reception and they have pass attempts, interceptions. So my favorite bet from this game would probably be. I mean, I know that DeAndre Hopkins, that's doable. That Kirk, that's doable. I'm probably trying to look for something sweet. Maybe something like. Now I know Evan Ingram's gonna get targeted a lot. I like him to get targeted a lot. I like this bet, this 3.5 bet. I like this over. I like the over. And then I bet I never bet the under, I always bet the over. I pick the ones that I like to go over. So Fitzgerald, I think he can get 3 catches for me. I think Hopkins can get 3 catches for me, but I probably won't be betting it. And I'm just gonna move along. We'll move to the next game. How we gonna get this? I'm gonna do this. Okay, moving over to Dallas Cowboys and the Cincinnati Bengals. I click more right here. Go to all. Somebody who I think can get 2 touchdowns in this game would be no. 2 touchdowns. I think Ezekiel Elliott and Amari Cooper can get 2 touchdowns. I wouldn't bet on it though, but those are 2 of my top candidates that can get 2 touchdowns. Do I think both of these teams can score a touchdown in each 1 touchdown in each half? I probably wouldn't bet it, but yeah, I think they can score a touchdown in each half. So that's a pretty nice bet, man. That's a pretty nice bet. And passing TDs, I think Andy Dalton can get 2. So, I like the over on Andy Dalton passing TDs, and for receptions, I think Gio Bernard can get 3 receptions. I think, look, Gallup 4 receptions. I probably won't bet it, but it's viable. 4 receptions. They're not that good. Cincinnati not that good against tight ends, so Schultz can probably get 4 receptions. 5 receptions for Cooper. I think that's a good bet. CeeDee Lamb to get over under 4. I think he can get 4, but you got to go in there and find the ones that you like, you really, really like. I won't mind taking a stab at Ezekiel Elliott with 3 receptions over under 2.5. And then like Andy Dalton to get an interception, or Brandon Allen to get an interception. So those are some bets you can look at. But moving on, just keep it on, just keep it going, just keep it going. I haven't made my picks yet, but I'll probably tweet out some picks, and some of these prop bet I'm gonna parlay some, so I'll probably tweet those out and probably post them in the Facebook group, and then you guys will be able to see just a few of them. Not no high dollar amount, nothing like that. Just a few of them. And so who we got here? We got Carolina and Denver. Carolina and Denver. I don't have nobody for a 2 touchdown candidate. Do I think both of these teams can score a touchdown, and 1 touchdown in each half? I think it's doable. The odds are up. Plus 192. I think it's doable. 1 touchdown in each half. They got pass completing and passing TDs. It's kind of 2 touchdown passes for Locke. If you think he can do it, go ahead. It's plus 124. Do you think Teddy can do 2 passing touchdowns? I probably won't bet neither one of them. If I did bet one, I probably would go with Drew Lock. Total receptions. I think Patrick can get 4 receptions here. Jerry Jeudy, he hit me, man. He hit me so many times. You would think he could get 3.5. He can go over there. You would think he can get 4 though. Hamler, 3.5. Nice odds on that, on the over on that one. Noah Fant, 4.5. It's definitely doable, you know. Then you got Curtis Samuel. You got Mike Davis. They got him at 3.5. Curtis Samuel at 4.5. Robbie Anderson at 6.5. Ooh, it's doable though. It's doable. I probably won't bet it though. I won't bet that. I will not. And so those are some of the prop bets right there. I probably like that Drew Lock over 1.5 passing touchdowns. That looks like a decent one. Moving on to Chicago Bears and Houston Texans. I'll go over here. I'll go to matter of fact, I'm just gonna go. Yeah, no, I'll go to No, for this one, I'm just gonna go to player props. Go straight to the player props, and I'm gonna go straight down here to passing TDs and things of that nature. Over under for Watson is 1.5. Mitchell Trubisky is 1.5 as well. Mooney, they have Mooney receiving yards up here, but they don't have his receptions up here. They might add it sometime through the night or in the morning. Duke Johnson, 3.5, over under 3.5 on his receptions. That's definitely doable. I don't know if I'll be betting that though. Akins, 2.5 on the total receptions. Montgomery, he's been getting targeted lately. He's 3.5 on his receptions. Allen Robinson, 6.5. You know he's a target monster going up against this defense. I might take a stab at that. Anthony Miller, 3.5. I might take a stab at that too. I don't know which one is my favorite, but so it looks like most of so they don't even have see, this is what I'm saying. They'll probably come out later on, but they don't have Deshaun Watson. They don't have neither one of the receivers up there. So, you know, Cole Kmet, do they have his targets up there? His receptions? Nope. So, you know, Fanduel's lacking in that area. Moving along, you got, where we at? Kansas City Chiefs and Miami Dolphins. Okay. I'm going to go straight to the player props on this one. They also have first touchdown score and things like that, you know. You think anybody over, Travis Kelce, if I was to take somebody to score 2 touchdowns, it would probably be Travis Kelce. I don't mind that pick. I wouldn't mind taking a stab at Devontae Parker either. But Travis Kelce would probably be my number 1 pick if I was to say someone who get 2 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill, total receptions. Oh, you know what? Patrick Mahomes, this is probably the highest you'll probably ever get is 2.5. Over under 2.5 touchdowns. It's definitely doable. Miami got a nice defense, but over and a half, 2.5 touchdowns. You know, it is what it is. That's Patrick Mahomes. Tua, I just say Tua over under 1.5. That's iffy to me. I probably won't go nowhere near that, but it's doable. Now, Tyreek Hill receptions 5.5. Over under, that's a decent one. Sammy Watkins 3.5. With the good odds on it. Demarcus Robinson 2.5. Travis Kelce 6.5. Good odds. Devontae Parker 4.5. So they got some juicy ones in this game. Jakeem Grant 2.5, man. 3, the over, 3. Then you got Mike Gesicki 4, 3.5. If you want 4, you gotta get 4 if you want to take the over. So there's some juicy bets, man. Some juicy bets. They don't have a I don't see. I like that Jakeem Grant. Total receptions 2.5. It's low. Kelsey, man, they got a bunch of ways you can go. So I'll probably be mixing and matching some of these from this game. I don't know. Moving along, Minnesota Vikings and Tampa Bay. I'm gonna go to more for this one because I got a bet I want to show you guys. So moving down here, if you think somebody can score 2 touchdowns here, then you can plug it in. They got all the position players there for you. Mike Evans, he gets 1. Can he gets 2? Adam Thielen, he out against this secondary. You notice these guys, let me show you. These guys, let me go to Minnesota and Tampa Bay. Let me go over here. When he throws these touchdowns, when he's seeing a lot of times he throws them by the twos. Kirk Cousins, man, you can look right here. Versus Carolina, I think Thielen might have been out that game, but anyway, Jefferson had 2 touchdowns right there. And against Atlanta, Jefferson had 2 touchdowns right there. So Kirk Cousins, he know how to throw 2 touchdowns to one receiver. Same thing with Thielen. He had 2 touchdowns right here against Dallas, 2 touchdowns against Chicago, and 2 touchdowns against Seattle. So, that's something that you could point out. I had to point out right there. And look at the odds on them. They got pretty decent odds on them. It is what it is. Mike Evans, he gets a touchdown almost every game. And then, but that's just something I just wanted to point out. Moving along. Especially with games like shootout that you think is going to be a shootout. Like bets like I'm definitely betting this. I think both teams can score a touchdown, 1 touchdown in each half. I think that's a good bet right there. 2 touchdowns in each half. Ooh, it's definitely do it because they've done it. I've seen teams do it before, man. So hey, Kirk Cousins over under is 1.5, and Tom Brady's over under is 1.5. Oh, his is 2.5. Okay, all right. Both of them are doable. Trust and believe that. Going over to the total receptions, they have Dalvin Cook at 3.5 over under. Thielen 5.5 over under. Justin Jefferson 5.5 over under. Ronald Jones 1.5 over under. Fournette 2.5 over under. Mike Evans 4.5 over under. Chris Godwin 5.5 over under. They have Gronk at 3.5. That's one that I like. Antonio Brown 5.5. So those are the reception props right there. So man, you got some things to think about. Moving along. I think that Kirk Cousins 1.5 touchdowns. I like that one. Man, I'm still thinking about that game. Probably my favorite bet. My favorite bet from that game is yes. My favorite bet from that game is both teams score a touchdown in each half. Now, let's move on to the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Player props. We'll take a look at Henry rushing yards. They got him set at It's over under at 108. I probably won't be going on near that. James Robertson, his over under at 77.5. One thing I want to check out for James Robinson is his rushing plus receiving yards. They have him set at 110. So that's an 110.5. That's interesting right there. It's an interesting bet. If you think somebody can get two touchdowns, Derrick Henry is 2 touchdown viable, and they got him set right there. I probably won't be betting that. That's just something I wanted to point out. Moving along. Ryan Tannehill said that passing touchdowns. His passing touchdowns over under 1.5. Mike Glennis is 1.5. They even got rushing attempts right here, 2 and 2.5, and 18.5. So those are things to look out. Moving over to the receptions, they got Derrick Henry set at 1.5. That's a good, if you wanted to try to take a stab at that, take a gamble on that. Corey Davis at 4.5. AJ Brown at 4.5. Jonnu Smith at 2.5. I don't mind that one right there. That's look like a nice one. James Robertson at 4.5. So that's definitely doable. I probably won't bet it, but it's definitely doable. Keelan Cole, 2.5. DJ Chark, 4.5. Chenault, 3.5. Eifert, 2.5. They don't have the rookie on there, but it is what it. Oh, yeah, they have him up there for receiving yards at 28.5. Okay, I'm trying to get through. I just want you guys to see these bets, and if I see the bet, now I'll tell you I'll if I like it or not. Now the Colts and the Raiders. I'll go to all for this one. Instead of player props, I'll go to all because I think I had something here. I thought I did, but anyway, all right. I like these teams. I wouldn't mind. I don't mind this bet, but I don't think it's necessary. But I don't mind it if you say yes. Take the over and both teams to score 1 touchdown in each half. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't be mad if you made that bet. You got Derek Carr passing touchdowns at 1.5. Phillip Rivers passing touchdowns at 1.5. I definitely think that's doable for Rivers. It's doable. It's doable for both teams, man. It's doable for both quarterbacks. It's doable. Not too high on it, but it's doable. Total receptions, they got Jonathan Taylor at 2.5. That's probably all the targets he might get is 2 a game, maybe 3. Nyheim Hines, they got him set at 2.5. He gets about 4 or 5 targets a game. Hilton, they building that chemistry. They got him at 4.5. Michael Pittman at 3.5. Nelson Aguilar 3.5. This is one here. I like this one. I might have to take a stab at that one. The 3.5 for Aguilar. That 3.5. Both of these, Hunter Renfrow, 3.5 of Hunter Renfrow. It's either one of these two. One of these two gonna get that 3, and they're gonna get that 4. Gonna go over. I have to take another look, man. Darren Waller, they got him at 5.5. So he gets targeted a lot. And that's it for them. I have to think about that Renfrow and that Aguilar. I like the odds on that one. New York Jets and the Seattle Seahawks. Last time I checked here, they did not have Crowder's receptions up there. So they might have him up there. It might not. I went to all, so first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stop at the 2 touchdown at the 2 touchdown. Do you think the odds are up if you think both teams can score 1 touchdown in each half? You know it's the Jets, but anything can happen. Seattle's secondary is horrendous. I wanted to go to the. Did I pass it? Okay, score 2 touchdowns. DK Metcalf, you definitely can. You think Tyler Lockett can break out and get 2 of them? He definitely can. Probably DK will probably be the more favorite to get that though. The odds are pretty nice odds on that. Moving down. They got Darnold passing touchdowns over under 1.5, sitting pretty at 144. Wilson, they got him jacked up at 2.5. They expecting him to throw. They expecting him to throw 2 touchdowns or better. I know that. Yeah, I might take a stab. I don't know. I probably not. Total receptions. Lockett. If you think he can get 5.5, he got decent odds. They got Chris Carson sitting up there 3.5. It's doable, but I ain't going that way. I ain't messing with that. 5.5 for DK Metcalf. 2.5 for Disley. Braxton Berrios stepping up for Denzel Mims at 3.5. Over under. Rashad Perriman, 3.5 over under. Definitely doable. David Moore, 2.5. Hollister, 2.5. So that Perriman is definitely doable. Braxton Berrios, they got him at 3.5. That's doable. So, I like the Perriman. Don't mind the Berrios. You just got to dig in there and try to, pick something that you like, man. Shucks. Atlanta Falcons and the Chargers. Julio is out, so I'm gonna go over here to more. Hit all, and I'm gonna go right here. I do think both teams can score a touchdown in each half. Of course, I can be wrong, but I do think both teams can score at least 1 touchdown in each half on some good odds right there. 1 plus 126. Passing touchdowns. I do think Herbert can get over 1.5. I think Matt Ryan can get 2. They got Calvin Ridley at 5.5 receptions. Russell Gage at 4.5 receptions. Austin Eckler at 5.5 receptions. Keenan Allen at 6.5 receptions. Mike Williams at 3.5 receptions. Man, it look like I want to take a stab at this one. On those good odds. Hunter Henry at 3.5. And that'll be it right there. 2 touchdown candidates. I would say, man, it's hard to say, if anybody gets 2 touchdowns, but, if I was to go, I'll pick one of these guys if I did, though. I'll tell you that much. I'll pick one of these guys if I did. Trying to get out of here. Not trying to make this video that long for you guys. I'm just pointing them out. Green Bay and Detroit, theirs is not out yet. They player props. They full of player props is not out. Let me see. Not all of them. They just got a few. But I ain't even going to touch on them. Devontae Adams is somebody who can get 2 touchdowns. They don't have their receptions. They had Aaron Rodgers at 2.5, and they got Matt Matthew Stafford at 1.5 touchdown. New Orleans Saints. This one right here is iffy. I'm not even going to go into that one. San Francisco probably and watch the football team. I probably won't be going. I had one. I think I had one I could play. I like. Let's see. Let's go to the player props. But you know what though? They got the passing touchdowns for Alex Smith set at 124 plus 124 over under 1.5. 1.5 for Mullins. I think, iffy, but both of them viable. They can throw. If I had to pick one, it probably would be Mullins. I was looking at this Steven Sims over 18.5. I'm iffy on that one. Total receptions. Mostert, I wouldn't bet that. He rarely gets targets, but he can. But he rarely gets targets, man. And McKissick, especially if you think they're going to be down, if those 2 targets are up, I probably don't feel like his targets are up though. But I don't know about that, man. Ayuk at 4.5 over under. McLaurin 6.5. Man, they got him jacked up. Debo 5.5. He gets a lot of targets. McLaurin gets a lot of targets, and Ayuk gets a lot of targets, man. Cam Sim at 2.5. Oh, they got Steven Sims right here. Where they got him at? 1.5. 1.5. He got to get 2. That's definitely doable. 2 receptions. I'm glad I did come back in here. Logan Thomas, 3.5. Good odds. Jordan Reed, 3.5. Good odds. Kendrick Bourne, it is what it is. So, moving along. And that's just like a preview, man. How I do things. This game, this Pittsburgh Steelers and Buffalo Bills game right here, it's definitely juicy. This is going to be a juicy game, and their props are out. I might as well just go through it, man. Because there's an out. I was going to let you guys go through this one yourself, and you guys could have probably got at me in the comments and let me know which ones that you liked. But man, from a football fan standpoint, this should be an awesome game. I'm excited to see this one. I ain't gonna go into the lead for you guys, man. You think you got somebody who can score 2 touchdowns? You got a good idea. If I had to pick a candidate, it probably would be somebody like Chase Claypool or Deontay Johnson. I don't know who I would go with on the other side of the ball, truthfully. But from the Steelers side, those are my 2 candidates. Do I think both teams can score 1 touchdown in each half? Yes. I could be wrong, but yes. Both teams to throw 2 touchdowns in each half? I don't know, man. This game gonna be juicy. Let's see. Both teams to score over 15 points. Score 15 points. What about 20? What they saying? 1.5. What about 25? Okay. I just wanted to look. Being nosy, that's all. Passing touchdowns. Ben Roethlisberger, 1.5 over under. Josh Allen, 1.5 over under. Receiving yards, I won't be betting no yards. Total receptions, like I said, I like that. 5.5 for Diggs. 5.5 for Johnson. 5.5 for Juju on the beat. 3.5 for Claypool. 3.5 for Ebron. Cole Beasley, 5.5. Gabriel Davis, 3.5. I don't mind that one. That's a sneaky one. And that's about it, man. So, I'll probably tweet out a couple of my bets. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter, man. Hope you all like this video. You can, like I said, you can parlay these up if you want. I wouldn't suggest you go that far with them. Get something that's reachable, 2 or 3. Lay you a few bucks on them and knock them on out. And with that being said, guys, man, I'm out, man. I might try to get to a preseason basketball pod today. It looks like these are total rematches, but you got Brooklyn on the slate. I'll see. But I'm out. Peace.